Looking for ways to increase your gathering experience in Black Desert? Welcome back to the one channel that still regrets manually gathering Tef. My name's Teddy, and to keep up with the new updates to life skills over the last year, today I'll be going through everything you'll need to know about gathering from beginner all the way up to endgame. This is going to be one of the longer ones with as much information as I could possibly remember, so if I missed any, let me know in the comments, and if you find this helpful, leave a like, hype this up, and let's just jump right into it. Keep this simple. Gathering is one of the most important life skills in Black Desert, which no longer requires a tool and requires 1 energy to do. Your gathering level decreases the gathering time, while the gathering life skill level increases the chances of not consuming energy while gathering, and each level grants a small amount of mastery. Gathering Mastery increases the chances of gathering and the amount of normal materials, the rare materials like Fairy's Breath, and special drops like enhancing materials. Mastery doesn't apply to milking or the gathering minigame. And finally, the higher your mastery, the higher the chances of not consuming energy when gathering, with a cap of 60% at master. After mastery, one of the most important stats is going to be the gathering item drop rate. Not to be confused with the normal item drop rate from mob grinding, this increases the amount of rare items gathered like the sharps or caphras, and not the basic materials like blood, for example. While butchering, lumbering, skinning, herb gathering, or mining, there's a chance to find 1 to 2 buried traces containing a large amount of sharps and fruits of nature at the cost of 1 energy and a golden key. The buried traces can also be increased rarely if procced with the gathering minigame. While fluid collecting, we have a chance of spawning the sap of Furu or a large amount of basic materials. And with mining, we can proc the starlight veins for rough lustrous gems that can be opened for blackstone powder, gems, and a chance for mana stones. Lastly, while gathering, we can find fairy breath byproducts that can be exchanged for sharps or can be used to earn gathering and contribution experience for those trying to power level gathering, or if the sharp prices are too high. Now that we have a basic overview, let's discuss 2 classes that shine with gathering, starting with the Musa. Everyone swears by the Musa, but not for the increased gathering experience or more mastery, but because it was one of the first classes added to Black Desert back when the speed was unchecked. The Musa has the fastest dash skill in the game, able to clear huge distances, perfect for killing large groups of animals to butcher. The other class that shines for gathering is my main, the Shy. Coming in with the increased gathering experience skill and earning experience is converted to 300% combat experience. The light skill bag adds more weight, and finally, it is the only class that can wear a gathering costume currently. Any class can be used. These are just 2 that have the best skills for gathering. At Artisan Gathering, you'll unlock the Artisan Green Thumb Gathering minigame. This minigame increases the loot table by 10 times for every activity but water scooping and milking. When using the Hedgehog, the minigame can proc up to 20 traces and starlight veins when mining. Proccing the minigame requires you to have at least 10 energy, and upon completion, the energy is consumed. No limit on how many times this can proc. Besides this being perfect for those who don't have a lot of time to gather, if you're really lucky, you can get one of the Millennial Wild Ginsengs. The minigame does not affect certain drops like the Wandon Crystal or any of the other rare special drops. Don't worry if the minigame isn't for you too, you're able to toggle it on and off whenever, but fun fact, because experience goes by how many items are in a loot window, using the minigame can proc a full loot window with herb gathering and underwater gathering, making power leveling easy. The other way for those who lack the time needed to gather for hours is with the Agrest Fever. The Agrest Fever can be used on gathering instead of mob grinding now to increase the amount of materials from gathering. At the start, you'll only have 20k points and recover 15k each day. While active, 100% item drop rate is applied on all gathering minus water scooping, shoveling, and milking cows at the cost of Agrest points. Here are the amount of points consumed per resources gathered on the screen for those wondering the numbers. For completing each chapter of the Book of Mergarin, Volume 1, the max Agrest points are then increased. After completing Chapter 5, Volume 1, the item drop amount is increased to 150, putting the gathering amount from 2 to 4 up to 13 to 26 while active and using at least 2k mastery or higher. Completing both books will increase the max Agrest to 100k and 20k points recovered each day. Just keep in mind, using the Hedgehog or the Llama's gathering, item quantity increase doesn't affect the Agrest Fever's effect, and Agrest only affects the basic materials. Now let's take a look at the tools. The basic beginner tools are going to be the magic tools. Each comes with plus 80% gathering item drop rate, -3 seconds to gathering time, but comes with the downside of being unrepairable, and the gathering item drop rate effect doesn't stack with the drop rate from gathering mastery. Magic tools are given out from quest, leveling gathering, can be crafted in any level 3 tool workshop, the Black Spirit Adventure, golden seals from Imperial Deliveries, and can be bought off the central market too. The next tools are going to be the green, blue, and red grade mastery tools. Each tool comes with the same plus 30% gathering item drop rate and negative 3 seconds to gathering time for each tool, but mastery and max durability changes. Logia is the lowest with plus 3 mastery at base, blue comes with plus 4, and Manos comes with plus 5. Being the beginner mastery tool, Logia is going to be the cheapest and the easiest to enhance, and Manos is going to be the hardest but the best in slot. All mastery tools can be branded to decrease the chance of using the durability on use and lowers repair costs using an item brand stone from the Pearl Shop. Logia and blue grade can be bought from Zara here in Velia. Manos has to be crafted or golden seals can be exchanged for a few, and all tools can just be bought off the central market instead. To help you figure out which tool to start with, common rule when choosing which tool to get or enhance to pen first is to start with the butcher's knife, hoe, or the fluid collector. Then the pickaxe or lumbering are a good one to choose next. Then when you have nothing left, the skinning knife is going to be last since it makes less money. Remember, all the tools are family shared and you don't need to go out and buy multiple sets. A set of 14-day unrepairable demi-hard tools are given out for completing the gathering quest in the progression pass. These are just like the magic tools, but have an added plus 50% life experience and 300 durability on them, making them the best tools for quickly leveling gathering early on if you can get your hands on any. Finally, other event tools are sometimes given out, like the Stella tools, which are just rentable, unrepairable Manos tools, and depending on when you watch this, the Olivia Academy will be coming out that awards tools for completing the life quest after new players graduate the season. The last tool you'll want isn't exactly made for gathering, but it will still help. Unlike other life skills, we aren't given a gathering tool for the slot, but other tools can still be slotted for a max plus 100 weight limit at base, needing no enhancements. Gathering clothes are a bit easier. First ones given out are the professional gathering clothes for just hitting artisan gathering, or can be bought from the luxury vendor. These only come with plus 1 to gathering and plus 10% gathering experience, but to help out leveling while crouching at a distance, monsters won't aggro you. Stepping up, we have the mastery clothes. Just like the tools, Logia will be the lowest and the cheapest to buy and enhance, but comes with plus 3% gathering experience, plus 3 gathering mastery, and plus 1 movement, while blue gives plus 4 and Manos gives plus 5, but is harder to enhance. I'll always recommend starting out with Logia, then getting it to try before crafting Manos to enhance to at least try instead of getting the blue. I consider try Manos being mid-game since crafting cost and the cost to buy outright can be off-putting to the new players still figuring out how to make the money. Accessories are a little different. At the moment, Logia is going to be the starter accessories easily bought from Zarya in Velia and can be enhanced up to try with the lesser black gems, but with the Olivia Academy rewarding more Flamoros, these are only going to be good for wanting to complete the 300 byproduct quest for the one accessory. Next up, we have Flamoros. Flamoros is a free family-bound locked tri-Manos with plus 8% life experience, plus 65 to all gathering mastery, and like with Manos, you get the plus 5% life experience for every 2 Manos and Prion worn. All Flamoros can be exchanged at any time if you want a different accessory instead. 1 Flamoros can be obtained from Leona's quest to get 300 byproduct, 2 from the season seal of journey tokens, and when the Olivia Academy comes out, 2 more will be awarded. After Flamoros, we have the actual Manos accessories. It used to be Tet Manos being the best in slot and Pen being a joke, but with the addition of Prion, now the only reason to get Manos enhanced is only to exchange for Prion. The bonus of converting Manos to Prion is the additional life experience, and because it's considered Manos 2, you still get the Manos 2 set bonus as well as the Prion bonus. Not only that, but each Prion unlocks a Dawn Crystal slot for added life experience. And Tri Manos is exchanged for base Prion, Pet Manos gets Tri Prion, and Pen Manos gets the better Ox Prion. Next up, you'll want the Capper's Journal of Nature. This gives plus 10 life experience, which is a must for all life skills, and getting this can be done just by completing the Capper's record log found in the Adventure Log bookshelf. Finally, we have the Fishing Carriers. While they don't buff gathering experience, they do give plus 10% durability resist for just wearing. Unfortunately, backpacks can only be bought using pearls, but if you're trying to repair less, these are worth the pearls. No gathering can be done without repairing, and to help out, the Nefart tent can be bought from the Pearl Shop. Don't let the 4K pearl cost scare you off. The tent can repair all gear, and if the Secret Book of the Old Moon sub is active, the Nefart tent lets you buy the Villa Buff, or the Villa Buff scrolls can be used if you can't place your tent down in town. Gathering costumes are extremely limited, unlike the other life skills. Every class can wear the professional gatherer clothes from the luxury vendor that can be made into a costume using the equipment tailoring coupon. This costume will have +1 to gathering and the +10 to gathering experience. If you're shy, we get the Curious Gatherer's costume from the Pearl Shop. This has the same +10% gathering experience, but comes with the additional +0.5% increased jump height and +10 durability resist for wearing the whole set. Another bonus for wearing the Curious Gatherers is the pay-to-win Ancient Crystal slot you get to unlock. This slot can only be unlocked using the Black Spirit's Claw made from combining 3 Black Spirit Claw pieces. Ancient Crystals can then only be crafted using a tailoring coupon on a costume made in the costume mill for either the +2 movement, +1 attack and casting, or the +1 crit hit. There are other costumes like the Treant Camo that offers +2 to gathering, the Desert Camo for the increased desert sickness resistance for desert gathering, and the Shark costume for longer underwater gathering sessions. Next on the list are the Alchemy Stones. Life Spirit Stones are going to be the first stones you'll most likely find mob grinding out in Polyforest. These are a nice start, coming in with +2 to gathering and +10 gathering item drop rate, but cannot be repaired. However, once expired, they can be grinded down to the mystical spirit dust to repair any alchemy stone, but these can largely be avoided. The next step up is going to be the Trance tier. You can get this from completing the Fulgur Life Quest line. This comes with +30% life experience, +50 to weight limit, the same +2 to gathering, and +10% gathering item drop rate. Fortunately, these can be repaired using the mystical spirit dust. After the Trance tier, you can start looking at the Life Alchemy Stones. Depending on when you see this, the Alchemy Stone rework should remove all the stones below Sturdy and all grades under Yellow, making the Yellow grade Sturdy Alchemy Stone of Life the first step into the Alchemy Stone grind. The Sturdy Life Stone is barely a step up from the Trance tier with +60 to weight limit at the cost of the +30% life experience, but can be enhanced higher unlike the Trance tier. The sweet spot is going to be the next tier up, with the Sharp Alchemy Stone having +75 to weight limit and the +13% to gathering item drop rate. Another stone to look at is going to be the Khan's Heart Life. This stone sits between Sturdy and the Sharp, applying 70 to weight, +2 gathering, and +12 to gathering item drop rate, as the added +30% life experience like the Trance tier while active, and for just wearing, +25 to all life skill mastery, making this stone perfect power leveling or just any life skill in general. The last stone to look out for is going to be the Stella Spirit Stone. These only come with +60 weight limit, +2 to gathering, and a low +10 to gathering item drop rate, but the Stella Stone has +100 to all life mastery on use. You get your first stone from completing the farming and cooking quest in the progression tab once you graduate, and these are rarely given out once a year during events. The last downside are they're not repairable, and you can't even grind them down into dust. Life Alchemy Stones can be made using alchemy, a rare proc during alchemy, or can just be bought off the central market. The Khan's Heart can either be crafted or bought off the central market. And finally, repairing alchemy stones can be done using their fuels or the easier mystical spirit dust. Artifacts and lightstone combinations are easier. We have the option between the +5% gathering experience, +10 gathering mastery, and the best in slot +2 gathering item drop rate artifacts. All gathering artifacts have a chance from being dropped while gathering, excluding barehanded, water scooping, and shoveling. For the lightstone combinations, the best one is going to be the Yawning Hedgehog, offering +10% gathering item drop rate, +10% gathering experience, +20 gathering mastery, +1 energy recovery, and +1 to gathering. The Refreshing Dream combination is good for recovering 2 energy and has +3 gathering experience for slightly longer gathering sessions. And the last combination is the Choice and Focus Gathering. It will drop your gathering mastery by 500, but it will increase your gathering experience by 35% to help power level. All lightstones can easily be earned by breaking down extra artifacts, purifying any found from gathering, or can just be bought off the central market to make everything easier. As for the crystal presets, it's going to be easier, starting with the Dim Magic Crystal Life for +3% life experience rewarded from hitting Apprentice with each life skill, or others can be bought off the central market. Moving up, we have the Life and Vital Crystals. Life Crystals have +5 life experience, and Vital comes with +10 mastery. Both are made using the Forest Crystal earned from Sang coins, Dokubi Forest Node, Fishing in the Land of the Morning Light, and lastly, Sniper Hunting. Both crystals can then be combined into the upgraded Breathing Vidir crystals, which have +7% life experience and +15 life mastery using the Briscola Coral gathered in Adania, or can be bought off the central market but can take longer, being the best in slot crystal for life skilling. If energy is an issue, 2 Magic Crystal Infinity Energy can be slotted for plus 10 max energy each. The last crystals available for life skills are the Dawn Crystals Life, Wand, Bond, and Jins for the increased life experience the higher the tier. You'll have to wear Prion to unlock the slot, and can only be found while gathering or can be bought off the central market if you're lucky. It will take 10 Wand to make 1 Bond and 10 Bond to make 1 Jin. Winding down on all the gear, we can finally get on to the pets. The best gathering pet will always be either the hedgehog or the llama pet bought from the pearl shop. These are life pets with plus 1% life experience per tier and have the special skill increased gathering item quantity, which at tier 4 has a 50% chance at doubling the gathering loot. The normal life pets are next and all come with plus 1% life experience at base and increases at each tier. Doesn't really matter which pet you choose since they're all just a reskinned life pet, so choose which one you like the most. Each pet has a chance to learn the plus 1 to gathering and plus 5% gathering experience skills with 4 skills at tier 4. If the pet has a find special resource, this skill can be turned on and the pet will run to any nearby resources you can gather. Getting pets can be done either from the one-time quests, events, can be bought off the central market, or the pearl shop if you don't want to wait. Before you can go out and get all the buffs or start gathering, you'll want to have more inventory slots and wait. The value pack increases your inventory by 16 and gives plus 200 to your max weight. The Kama's Blessing increases central market weight and the total weight a maid can send to the storage and central market. Inventory slots are given out for free from leveling season tunes, logging in during events, breathing, or can just be bought from the pearl shop. With how many are given out for free, it should be easy to max out how many slots you have. Family slots can also be bought from the pearl shop to store more buffs if you need. Next, we have the weight. This is going to be extremely pay to win with not many ways to increase max weight. Out of all the ways we have, our first way is to carry trade goods on our back using the marvelous Mezima chicken soup to level strength. Drinking the Finto fresh juice or eating the Dalbo gut pep increases strength experience until level 40. Higher mastery belts. 6 plus 50 weight increase per characters can be bought from the loyalty shop, and finally more max weight can just be bought from the pearl shop if you still need more. To save more time with buffs, more family weight can also be bought from the loyalty shop and using pearls. Remember, the Shy does come with more increased weight than any other class. Following up on the inventory and weight, having a large amount of maids can easily keep you gathering longer. Maids can only send 100 weight in items to the storage, while if sending to the central market, they convert the weight into volume and are able to send 100 volume in items at base, and with the Kama's Blessing, another 100 volume is added. Ideally, you want to have as many maids as you can, but just having double the max weight will have you out there gathering longer, being able to send items more frequently. Free maids are given out a lot during events or can be bought from the pearl shop. Now it's time for buffs. The best food we have are going to be the seafood Kron's meal. Eating one will give plus 10% life experience, plus 2 to gathering and movement, plus 100 weight limit, and plus 25 to mastery for 120 minutes. Sweet fig pie is another option for gathering, applying plus 3% gathering item drop rate if you want to try boosting it. The royal foods can also be used with the normal food buffs, but red grade cannot stack with the yellow grade. So with that in mind, if you need more mastery, the Yaoju Tang or the Gaoju Pan are perfect. With the life experience, we have the assorted kimchi or the lesser namu. All of these will also increase your max weight while active. There's a few elixirs for gathering, but one stands out being the elixir of labor. For every 10 minutes, these apply plus 3% gathering item drop rate, but cannot be stacked with drafts. An event version can be sold at the Tamarian Beach event, which applies a higher plus 5% gathering item drop rate and lasts 60%, but these are extremely rare. The deer drafts are going to be the best drafts for gathering, applying plus 20% life experience, plus 3 to gathering, plus 3 to movement, and 200 to weight for 15 minutes. Remember, these cannot be stacked with any elixir. After drafts, we have the Perfume of Swiftness. These apply plus 20% life experience, plus 5 to gathering, plus 5 to movement, and plus 200 to weight. For scrolls, we get 1 mercenary life scroll each day for logging in, which applies plus 50% life experience for 60 minutes, and combining 3 makes it 150%. The extra life scrolls or the Book of Life gives plus 50% life experience, but cannot be stacked with one another. And both the Book of Florin and Gievan scroll gives plus 20% life experience and 100 to mastery for 60 minutes each. Next up is the Lore's Warm Black Tea. Not only does this have plus 30% life experience and plus 100 to weight, but applies plus 10% gathering item drop rate. Other buffs are given out a lot, like the Wise Housekeeper buff that gives plus 50 to mastery, plus 20% life experience, plus 100 to weight, plus 5% gathering item drop rate, and last 10 hours. Ellie's Magical Elixir is given out a lot that gives plus 30% life experience and 100 to weight for another 10 hours. Bulgar's Magical Elixir is good for applying plus 30% experience, plus 25 mastery, plus 1 energy recovery, and 100 to weight, or you guessed it, another 10 hours. And the last event buff they give out a lot and doesn't expire are the GM's Blessing. These won't stack with other GM's Blessing, but comes with a small plus 5, 10, or 15% life experience and plus 1 energy recovery. Being in a guild with an active guild contract has the Guru's Touch buff that applies plus 40 life experience. For those looking to get more life experience for level gathering, the Krogdalo donkey gear can be placed on a donkey to use the Hee-Haw skill that gives life experience. For one piece, plus 3% can be applied, 3 pieces get plus 5, and for the whole set gives plus 10% life experience. The Black Spirit can also exchange 100 energy for plus 20% life experience if you don't mind burning energy to help power level. Furniture like the Philosophy's Bookshelf gives plus 3% life experience, and all the cakes give an increased life experience, but the one furniture best for gathering is only given out rarely during events, being the Creo Seedling Pot. Each pot applies plus 50 mastery, plus 50 life experience, and plus 1 energy for 5 hours, but I've only gotten 2 over the years. Last buff we have is going to be the Turning Gates Villa buff. Using this buff gives plus 1 energy recovery and plus 20% life experience. Other event buffs can be used to increase the life experience, but are usually deleted once the event are done or are extremely rare. I recommend saving any good event buffs for the longer gathering sessions or when you're trying to make billions faster. Most of these buffs can be crafted either using cooking, alchemy, the Black Spirit Adventure, given out during events, or can just be bought off the central market, so make sure to check around for each buff. Fairies have great skills that can improve your gathering in many different ways. The most important skills are going to be Miraculous Cheer skill, which auto uses potions, and when using stamina, the higher the tier, the more you can keep dashing on the Musa. The next skill is going to be the Continuous Care skill. This will let a fairy automatically use any buff selected, and the higher the tier, the more items that can be selected per preset. Skills like Inexhaustible Well is nice for auto using water and tea to cure desert sickness. Fairy's Tear for instant resurrections with 0 experience loss. Tingling Breath for underwater breathing. Fairy Steps, increasing the weight penalty reduction, or Morning Star to see what you're gathering when it's too dark are also useful. With such a huge list of buffs, now we can finally talk about the gathering quests. Before you even graduate, we have the Gathering the Basics of Life questline in the Suggested tab. If this questline is still in game, this questline will show you everything you'll need to start gathering while giving you tools, a donkey mount to start with, and for completing the whole questline, you get a 7-day Book of Life and a blue grade lifestone. These quests will probably be removed once the Olvia Academy is open, so make sure to check your log to see if they're still there. Depending on when you see this video, once you graduate the season, the Olvia Academy will help guide you through the basics of life skilling with quests to complete in order to graduate. If you're watching this before the update, after the graduation, the first steps into gathering quests start with the Progression tab. Completing all the quests in here not only continues to teach you more about gathering, but rewards you with the free Manus tool of your choice, buffs, and other goodies to help you level gathering. Next up are the Gathering Guru quest. Like all the other life skills, Gathering has easy to complete quests that reward a decent chunk of experience needed to hit the next bracket if completing the quest once unlocked. Even if your gathering level is higher over the quest, the amount of free experience these are given, it's still worth the time it takes to complete. We have to mention the Fulgur's questline since technically it involves gathering and rewards the trans-tier Alchemy Stone for completing. As usual, we have the weekly and daily Leonic quest we can accept for more experience and mats to craft the secret book of Florin. Finally, there's the Green Thumb Gathering questline to unlock the Gathering minigame once you hit Artisan Gathering. If you're just looking for the best gathering locations to easily gather all those fairy breath byproducts now that the drop amount has been increased, here are the best places currently in Black Desert. Starting off with Lord and butchering sheep here at Sheep Mountain north of Heidel, the lizards here in the northwestern gateway for the Hardhide, lions here next to Encondo Harbor, scorpions and snakes here at Shira Ruins, and the Forest of Seclusion foxes here in the Balanos region. If you really need bird meat, Uhu can be found right below the Sheep Mountain in Heidel. For gathering herbs, come on, we have bear. Mining has the classics Pilgrim Haven. Timber, however, has a huge list. Trent is great for pine. X Sanctuary has a lot of fir. North Kaya Mountain has cedar. Free Tree Ruins is covered in birch. Work Camp is perfect for maple. All around Heidel has a lot of ash. Balanos has a mixture of almost all. In Medea, we can find large amounts of white cedar and acacia. The Iris Canyon in Valencia has elder tree, and Valencia City has palm trees. Thornwood can be found here at Alones Valley in Odalita. Thuja can be found from Darmoon's Lumber Camp all the way down to Shira Ruins. Snowfield cedar can be found mainly here in the Mountain of Eternal Winter region. Lupian moss trees can be found here in the Ash Tree Forest all the way down to the Archer Western Camp. Lastly, Caphra and the spirit-laden Caphra trees can be found here from the ancient ruins all the way up to the Garden of Immortality. Dead tree essence can be found mainly here in the Garmot's lair. Cows are mainly found around any farm in every region, with Olvia, Calphion, and Grana being the most popular. Ginning has sheep here at Sheep Mountain north of Heidel. The lizards here in the northwestern gateway for the hardhide. Tough can be gathered from pigs here in the northern wheat plantation. Weasels can be skinned for the thin hide around the Balanos region. And Kondo Harbor has lions for the thick fur. Fancy fur can be gathered from snakes here at Shira Ruins. Finally, for the feathers, we have the cuckoo below Sheep Mountain for the lightweight plumes. And for fancy feathers, these can be gathered from the Farina and Farika here in Varn Steppe. For underwater gathering, we have Anaha Island here. There are other resources around Black Desert, and these are just some of the main ones to either make money or to power level. If you're still having trouble, I suggest taking a look at sites like BDolytics for any interactive maps or other useful life skill info. I'll leave a link down below if you still need it. After all the gathering, the common issue you'll often run into is going to be energy. To combat this, having more max energy can gather longer or make more money. The best way to increase your max energy is going to be to complete your ecology and your adventure log tab in your knowledge. The more titles you earn increase your max energy. 2 energy crystals can be worn. And lastly, using the Millennial Ginseng adds plus 50 max energy to the whole family for 90 days. As for recovering lost energy, we have a few different ways. Having the Kama's Blessing buff active adds plus 2 energy recovery to the 1 every 3 minutes. Using the Turning Gates buff adds another plus 1. The Yawning Hedgehog combination adds another plus 1. Or using the Refreshing Dream gives plus 2. Sitting in the Duvenkroon or the Sea Palace Hot Springs adds another plus 1. Sleeping in a premium bed adds plus 2, or a normal bed gives plus 1. A Shy can make a bonfire for plus 1 while it's active, but it doesn't last long. Taking the Miraculous Herbal Medicine will increase your energy recovery by 30, and using the Millennial Ginseng adds another 1 for the whole family for 90 days. The GM's Blessing adds 1 to energy recovery. The Royal Workshop has the Mystical Herbal Medicine for plus 50, or the Lesser Mellow Herbal Medicine gives plus 25. Sometime event items are given out that increase your energy recovery, like the Temerian Blue or Fulgur's Magical Elixir by 1, but these are extremely rare. Then we have the time limited buffs that are removed. No buffs will work while offline or on a different tune, but you will recover 1 energy per hour, so keep that in mind. For the more instant solution, heading to any Olliston like the one in Velia, Perugian here in Valencia City, Selfie here in Odalita, or Sangyun here in Delbo Village can exchange 200 energy for extra large energy potions that recover 50 energy with cooldown of 10 minutes. The Pearl Shop has extra large energy tonics that can also recover 50 energy for the 10-minute cooldown and can also be used alongside the energy potions. We can also get small energy tonics for 15 energy from the Black Spirit Adventure. During events, energy gourds are given out that recovers 100 energy but shares the same cooldown with the energy potions. Miraculous Herbal Medicine also restores 500 energy instantly, and for winning the Red Battleground rewards 200 energy. And that should be everything you'll need to know to start gathering or jump back in after all the updates in 2025. Let me know how you feel about the increase to the byproducts and if it made you want to jump back into gathering going into 2026. With all the updates over the last year, gathering is starting to get fun again, and with the increase to the Fairy's Breath has been encouraging me more to run out, stock up a nice pile of sharps for when the Alchemy Stone rework comes out. I'm curious on how the next year will be with the upcoming changes and what they plan after. But with all the rambling out of the way, if you need more life skilling content for Black Desert, be sure to check out the channel for almost everything you'll want or need, and I'll see you guys for the next guide. Keep gathering out there, everyone.